3 ways to finish strong throughout the rest of our season. Once Christmas is done, I feel like the rest of the season is on fast forward. Like the last month or 2 months of the season always goes faster than everything else. So 3 ideas or 3 ways to finish strong. Number 1 is, I would say, define success. And I'm going to give you my definition of success as it comes to the end of the season, or really anything in life, but we're talking about the end of season tonight. And here's my definition of success: doing the best you can with what you have and where you are. Doing the best you can with what you have and where you are. Right? As players, you don't always control how many shots you get to take, what offense your teams run. I know as a coach, there was one season that I coached, and like we could have played our very best basketball every single night, and we might have won a third of our games. And so success for us that season couldn't be winning a state championship, winning a district championship. Success for us that season was finding ways to get better every day. And that's really when I first began to come up with this new definition of success. Before that year as a coach, I was always about the wins, right? The more wins we have, the better the season we had. And I'm not saying that's not true. If you have a really talented team, you should aspire to win a lot of games. But just learn that there are certain seasons and certain teams that success can't be defined by the scoreboard, or success can't be defined by wins and losses. And so that's when I began to think about, doing the best you can with what you have and where you are. And for us that season, it was really what I would call one of my most successful seasons as a coach. We started the year 1-20, and we finished the year 4-8. And so really had a better finish than we did the beginning, right? We did the best we could with what we had and where we were. All right, number 2. Number 2 would be this: lion tamer or lion chaser. Lion tamer or a lion chaser. Here's what I mean by that. Normal people run away from lions. Like if you just see a lion out in the backyard one day, most of us are not going to go up to the lion and try to attack it or friend it or anything like that. We're going to run the other direction. And at best, maybe we've learned how to deal with lions. And so we become a lion tamer. And I think that, like, to me as an athlete right now, most athletes would be lion tamers at this point in the season, because you've gotten really, really comfortable with your role on the team and with the expectations that people have for you. It can be very easy to just fulfill those expectations. And kind of what I would say is find yourself doing the same thing over and over again. If you go to a circus night after night, you're going to see the lion tamer do the same tricks over and over again. Like it just becomes a routine. And so my encouragement would be a lion chaser. Like, normal people don't chase lions. They don't see them in the wild in Africa and go after them. And the same thing's true for most high school athletes, college athletes, even pro athletes. Like, they just do the same thing over and over and over again and hope for a different result. So here's what I mean by being a lion chaser. Marissa, you already beat me to the punch with one of my examples. Work on something in practice and in training, and then have it happen in a game. I'm not saying, go ISO every possession and just give the middle finger to your coach and never do what your coach says. Like, there's got to fit within everything else going on with your team, but do something new. Don't just settle for what you've always been known for. Because I think so many people, like, what they do is they end their seasons with the regret of inaction. So many seniors I've coached, at the end of their senior year, they're like, man, coach, if only I would have. Right? Because most seniors in high school don't play college basketball. Only about 3 to 5% of high school players play in college. And I would call that the regret of inaction. Oh, I didn't do this. I should have done that. Versus, like, I think it's great to have regret of action. If we're going to have regret, it should be of action. Like, man, I put in so much time. It just didn't work out. And that's what lion chasers do. They go after it. Lion chasers are going to be somebody who maybe gets up 30 minutes early, a couple of days a week, to either get more shots up or spend more time on their conditioning. Lion chasers are going to manage their time really well, so they still get all their schoolwork done, but find ways to stay after practice and work with them, work on skills, work with teammates with things they need to get better at. Normal people don't do that. And even though it's an easy thing to say, like I said, most people don't do it. They want to, But if you want to finish strong this season, don't be a lion tamer, be a lion chaser. Third way to finish strong this season, unlearn fears, embrace uncertainty. Unlearn fears, embrace uncertainty. And of our list of 3, this one is really tough for me. I think so often as coaches, like we actually get afraid. And we have a lot of fears as coaches. Like, what if my game plan is not going to work out? What if this is going to fail again? And this, and we really begin to have these like worried thought circles, right? If you've been to a PGC Playmaker College before, right? You're in a worried thought circle because you're thinking about all the fears that you have. And we have them in life too. And they're just as important in life as they are in basketball. But to really finish strong, you have to unlearn some of those fears and understand like it is okay to fail as long as you fail trying, right? Giving your best effort. And that's what I would say is embracing uncertainty. Like, if I give my best effort today in practice and I still don't earn more playing time, it's okay. You know, maybe sometimes we're afraid about doing certain things, like playing hard on defense is like a fearful thing. Because like, if I play really, really hard on defense and I still get scored on, you know, people are going to, you know, and I fall over or I get scored on and people are going to make fun of me. And so a lot of times the guys I've coached, they don't play defense as hard because they're afraid of giving great effort, but still getting scored on. And I'd say, man, screw that. Embrace uncertainty. Like, I don't know how this possession is going to work out, but I'm going to give my best defensive effort the entire time, because if I don't, great things can't happen. And I really believe that's the only way that great things will happen during the rest of your season is if you unlearn some fears and embrace the uncertainty. Like, again, it's okay if things don't work out, not like we don't want them to, but if they're not going to work out, let's have them not work out because we gave our best possible effort and we don't have those regrets of inaction.